All right, you guys, we'll call to order our special meeting of council for Thursday, November 16th, 5:30. I know we are without Councillor Trace this evening, but Councillor Day had indicated she was going to be here, so it might be that she's right behind us momentarily. Looking for approval of the agenda?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Public participation? You're just here, listen. Okay. Okay, it's a short one. Thank you, members of the public. There is none. New business, the Urban Forest Bylaw Task Force, terms of reference. Did I leave it? I left it sitting on my desk. In any case, it's probably attached to us.
No. Your Worship, just out of process, we just noticed probably be more appropriate to talk about the terms of reference after you've considered the bylaw.
After the bylaw? Okay. Council would take RCAO's advice here and just swing it around the other direction.
Move we table this till after we vote on the bylaw.
Seconder?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. That moves us then into the bylaw for final reading. Bylaw number 1710, Urban Forest Bylaw number 1710, 2017, for final reading.
Move final.
Sorry, I couldn't hear any of that.
I think that was Councillor Martin and Councillor Logan. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Now we'll move back to Urban Forest Bylaw Task Force, terms of reference.
Oh, no. Oh, we need to do one more.
Oh, the MTI. That one as well? MTI, then bylaw number 1709, final reading for MTI 1134.
Move final.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Now, terms.
So do we need a motion to take it off the table?
Motion to take off the table?
That was tabled until we voted on the bylaw.
So it's automatic?
Yeah. Okay.
Terms of reference. I don't think there's. There we are. It's right in front. Front side. Introduction on this by staff or any questions or whatever by council?
Well, I guess I will may clarify something.
Yeah, no, anything. This is discussion.
What we're seeing in paper, is it what the final, what we saw with the changes that you sent by email?
That's correct. We made the better clarification about the membership,
Yeah.
so that
So
staff
in-
are showing as a liaison, not looking like they're part of the membership.
Okay. Thank you.
I had a question on the composition. 2 experts, but it doesn't say experts in what. Are we looking for an arborist, engineer?
Your Worship, we didn't want to get too specific. We felt that there's many people that could be potential experts in this field. Like, it could be an arborist, it could be a landscape architect, it could be a professional forester. So we didn't want to get too specific in on the type of people council might want to appoint. So if we ask for two people that are experts in the field, we might get a variety of responses, and council can choose from that from the group who they feel would be most appropriate.
So the idea is keeping it kind of broad so that we don't exclude?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mayor? I guess the only other question I have for staff is 6.0 term. Can we just clean up where it says the term of urban forest bylaw is 3 months, but it doesn't say when the start date is of that 3 months. So is it anticipated that it's just as soon as this gets passed, or where am I missing that? Well, it says it generally spans December of 2002 to that, but that's a general. I would like a specific date that it's going to be done by. So if it's February 28th, it's March 30th, whenever it is. But I would like a hard date, not a sort of. And I understand that it may be earlier than that, but I would like a drop dead date if we could. But I don't want to put pressure on staff, so if staff can recommend when that drop date should be.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. We were putting out the December 27 or 2017 to February 2018, being optimistic. We are accepting applications from interested applicants until, I believe it's November the 27th, hoping to bring this to council on December the 4th. So if we can do that, then they can already get started on some of the work, have Christmas break, and then really hit it in January and February. The challenge is we don't know what we'll receive for applications. We don't know if we're going to get the appointees in place on time. So we are being a little bit optimistic. If we wanted to leave the front end a little bit more open-ended to give us that time in December to get this happening and then have it January, February, March as the 3-month term, maybe they start a little bit earlier, but it finishes by March 31st, that's something that council could direct as well.
Follow up?
Yeah.
I would like to do the March 31st as long as you guys think you can hit that date.
Your Worship, I think, as I mentioned on Tuesday night, I think if council wants to set an aggressive timeline on this, then I think you should do that, and then let the committee do their best. And if the committee can't meet the timeline, let the committee come back to council and explain that they can't meet it for a specific reason, rather than us staff saying, no, we can't do it, because I think it can be done. It's just how well all the pieces of the puzzle fit in.
Okay, thank you. And so final, how could we amend that?
Well, I'm wondering if we wanted to find wording that would have the task force process as anticipated for appointments and orientation to take place in December, and the task force to.
Yeah, well, for me,
January
I'm
March?
just speaking as one counselor. I'm fine with leaving everything airy-fairy open, except for the dead.
The deadline.
At the end. So
End of
as long as we have the March 31st, 2018 deadline,
March 30th is
then, or is it, sorry, 30 days past
So I was just
September?
thinking it'd be March
30th.
March 30th is the Friday,
Okay.
or it's the 28th of February,
Oh, it's actually Good Friday, so should we make it
Oh.
March 28th?
29th.
Yeah, like if we went into April, like if we did the first Friday in April,
What would be
would that give you guys any more time?
what would be the council deadline? Council agenda deadline? Would that be the 28th?
What if your calendar there?
Wednesday?
I think the point is
So the November,
Well,
oh, so you're looking at March,
yeah,
March
December,
28th
January,
for,
February,
I need to
March.
see, April.
It's 4 months.
First Monday. Oh, it was Easter. So
The 9th is
No, that's why
the 9th
the end of February.
council meeting.
what's the deadline?
4th. Well, the 3rd, so we can do something with it.
So April 3rd.
What I'm worried about is the front end.
Yeah, well, that
Worship.
could happen.
We're just working back from the next available council meeting. And we think if we received the final report on April 3rd, we would have it on the April 9th meeting, which is the first meeting after the end of March.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm happy with
Yep.
that, but so how would we amend that? Or do I need to make a motion?
This is draft. I think this is open to suggestion.
Your Worship, I think if you just
Amendment,
advise us, if council just tells us to make the term end on April 3rd,
Okay.
we can make that happen.
April 3rd. Is that around? Okay, no objection there. Anything else within what we have? Was there any?
So, one second. So, through you, Madam Mayor. So in the terms of reference, perhaps under the final report, should we put our target date in there as being December 9th, 2018 council meeting?
That would be great.
Just another quick question. Who would be, I see staff resources, but who would be the staff lead?
We've put in 3 departments because I think it's going to be dependent on what the issues are. Because there's going to be bylaw enforcement components. There's going to be administration parts of it, which is going to fall into planning. if there's any overlap into conversations about trees in the city boulevards and parks, it's going to be engineering. So I don't think we're going to have a specific lead. Those three staff or three departments are going to have to coordinate on who's reporting on what issues and who's attending the meetings.
I guess I'm thinking more from a standpoint of like the chair. Who should the chair be talking to about organizing the next meeting and setting up the logistical stuff and organizing, putting an agenda together and all those? Like, will it just get routed automatically through Pat or?
No, I expect that it's going to go through planning.
Through planning,
Yep.
okay.
Or would some of that be a role between whoever the chair is and the council liaison to work with staff to line that up?
Yeah, it could be, but I think at the end of the day, when the dust settles and we are actually administering a final bylaw, it's going to be the home of the planning department.
Yes.
So that's why I think if there's going to be one individual that's going to be helping in getting this agenda going, it'll be in the planning department.
Okay. Good to know. Anything else? So do you need receipt of the terms of reference in order for you to move forward and get the advertisements out? Need approval?
Through you, Madam Mayor, we need approval
Approval
of
of
the terms of reference
Okay.
with the changes incorporated that we talked about this
Okay.
evening.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried? Oh!
Holy cow, there goes a 20-year...
No, wait a minute.
20-year... Gordy's gonna...
That was going to be my question. We don't need to. We don't need to appoint a council rep at this time. We're missing 2 people. So we can.
Slip that right in.
We can do. Okay. All right.
Did we
So
vote?
we'll work on
Sorry,
that.
did we vote on? We were too excited about Gordy
we-
not.
Yeah. The agenda.